I believe it was, or might have been right after Thanksgiving. The Sunday.
Now,
the Sunday after
how big is that fish?
He was 10 pounds.
Oh.
He was 10 pounds, and we hadn't caught a fish all morning, about 2 o'clock, and I was going down through the lake, and I was just tipping over, you know, just going like this, about to sleep, and holding my rod. Herb hollered, "Hey, Jerry, you better wake up, there's a big fish." Well, we just got right on down to this one spot called Wham, and I had it. And Herb said he could hear me. See, Herb had passed us. We were coming down the lake, and he was going up the lake, and he said he heard me way up the other end of the lake screaming.
That's 100, is that 100 series hanging out of his mouth there?
Probably 200. 200 bass, that's what I caught him on.
Okay, that's a good...
200 bass, yep, that was
That's a big fish. That's the biggest bass you ever caught, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's nice. Did you...
But that's
for the Fishing Hall of Fame?
yeah.
Okay.
Easy, Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real nice.
Is that nice?
That is beautiful.
Nice dedication.
Did you ever see the Sports Hall of Fame, Chase? Did you look at...
Now, tell me about this Sports Hall of Fame.
Well, I played 4 years, I quarterbacked 4 years of football in college, and they decided to put it. I was they recognized me as the quarterback of the century or something, you know.
Oh my gosh.
And here's my brother. He played there. It's me. I was a freshman in high school.
Uh-huh.
And then here, in 1979, I Distinguished Alumni Award. And
from North Carolina State?
Yeah, no.
Or Lenore-Rhine College?
Lenore-Rhine.
Okay.
And so, then that's what some of the stuff they gave me. In 1936, most valuable football player. And back then, this is a good trophy. See, 36 is in a depression.
Ah, yes.
Now, they give them trophies this tall. Oh, yeah.
That's nice
Yeah.
to have from them. Jerry says to get up there if you want to get your mapping done.
Okay, we better. Okay, we're going to talk about and sketch that map that we try to map.
the majority of the fish.
Where we caught the majority of the fish. Okay. Now this was on Hickory Lake.
This is Lake Hickory.
Oh, okay.
Back in here like this. It's going to come out like this.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat of an island. And then it goes down here into a bay. And this
Okay.
is Lakeside Marina here.
That's Lake. So this is the land you're outlining. The
This is the land. Okay.
Okay.
And this will be Lakeside Marina, and the lake continues. And 127 crosses Lake Hickory here, Highway 127.
Okay, that's the bridge.
This is the bridge.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
We're over here. This is the boat dock back in here.
Marina's back in there.
This is the boat dock where we put in
Or
the
the boat launch. Right.
boat launch. We won't even write on it.
No, that's all
That's the
right.
boat launch. This is a big shallow bay. The structure situation that we fished the most, a little finger here, and it went on here with a little short bar, came back out again like this, and proceeded out like here. And I'm drawing the break line now.
Mm-hmm.
And it narrowed down, it cut back on itself, and it went along this shore over here and came out again. And back in here, what we didn't show is where that other point is, back here.
Oh, yeah. Back in the
It
bay.
came around back in here, and it had a little bit of structure like this. It had a little bar here, and we took a look at it, but we didn't see a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
We found 38 foot of water back in here, 38 feet.
Okay.
And what we found on this particular structure situation here was a ridge or a hump that came like this and followed it to a certain extent with about 7 or 8 feet on the top of it. But on top of that was a little hump here that came up to about 6 feet. And we had another hump out here that was at about 8 feet. And we had about 9 feet in between the two.
Okay.
Okay? And this was to be a 12-foot break line here. This was a 12-foot break line all along here. Now, what Chase and I did, I shouldn't have drawn on there, but what Chase and I did is approximately anchored the boat right here.
Okay.
And our casts were made, we remember which direction we were casting, our casts were made like this.
Right.
You remember?
Across, yep.
Across it. And we were hitting this little projection down here that dropped off at 8 feet. And it dropped to about 22 feet. It dropped to 20, and then 22 feet right here. And if we kept on going, we had 42 feet out here.
Okay.
In the channel, okay? This was our main spot. We caught quite a few fish casting from this position. Along here, the shore ran rather steep, and then it cut out. There was a finger here at 8 feet. It dropped down to about 13 to 14 feet in between them, and we had another one about 8 feet. And as it came out here, it got a little bit flat going this way. This was about 14 feet out here on the end. We didn't follow it much further than that. We had a line sight for a trolling pass back here toward the marina. We had a line sight, and our trolling pass was just like this with a 250. Our trolling pass was such that we hit both of these, straightened out, and came across the end. And we caught a fish right here, and we caught a fish right here.
Okay.
We anchored up on here. We anchored the boat here where we could make our cast, and I'll just show one in each direction. We could make our cast, if you remember, Chase, and cover both of these.
Yeah.
You were covering this one in here, and I was covering
the
that
other
one out there.
Right.
And for one reason or another, we didn't hit any more there. But we worked this area hard. We took 2 fish here, but certainly there's more there than what we see. And but over here, we got this pretty well mapped out.
Yeah, that looks good. The two
Back in
parts
here,
of
it
the
broke from about 14, if you remember, right to 27.
So on the side was really where it was
On the side,
steepest break.
it was a little flatter off here.
Off the end.
A little flatter off of there. Okay, and this would be the shoreline. And this is a rough sketch, again. This is a rough sketch, but it should be interesting to know where we fished.
Right. We spent a lot of time on that, didn't we?
We spent a lot of time on there. We caught white bass there and largemouth bass off that spot.
Up to 4 pounds?
Up to about 3.5 to 4 pounds.
4
yeah.
pounds, yeah. Okay.
And we really didn't catch any 8 or 10-inch bass or 12-inch bass. Most of the fish were 15 inches or so, or bigger.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
one day we caught 3. On Tuesday, would that be Monday? Monday, we caught 3 here. Tuesday, we caught 6, and we lost 2 or 3 there.
Two big ones.
2 big ones there, okay? And we caught 1 big one and lost 2 more. And it was all in this general area right here.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
That explains, you can picture what we were doing.
What we were doing.
Yeah, very
For
good.
one reason or another, we didn't take anything off of here. I believe the reason was that we got some pre-spawn fish, and they were moving up into this area right here out of the
In
channel.
the summertime, is this one of the structures that Mr. Perry has caught fish off from?
Yes. This is one of them he found in 1928.
Oh, still produces.
Yeah, they're old fish there, but they're pretty.
They're really old, right? Okay, very good.
One's back in here.
Now this is the spot we caught the other good-sized bass on, about a 3.5 pounder, on Wednesday.
On Wednesday. This was steep shore.
This one and this one is the same one.
Yeah, and I look at all these right here, and you know what is? There's me.
And the river channel came right around this steep shore. Channel right here,
That's what she looked like when I was courting.
like this.
And then here she is later. You see, here's what she did right here.
And then the channel curved out,
Now I can get off this stupid,
and we didn't follow it any further than that, right, Chase?
Right, we just went out a ways on
This is
that.
more or less how the channel came, and this is what we have to know. And according to the map, you can see that's what happens. So I would have made a a left-hand bend, okay? We didn't follow it any further than that. And we had a marker buoy sitting right about here. A danger marker.
Danger
you
marker,
remember,
right.
Okay? And along this shoreline here, for quite a distance, was some riprap.
Here, we're in California, or the beach, we're in California now. And then, looking to see where he wants his graduate work. So,
I think engineering.
Remember, we had this little point right here, okay, where the rocks came out. We took a white bass there, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And right out here, I kind of got to go over it. Right out here is a hump. There's the marker, and this is the hump.
Now, where did we throw our marker? We hit a fish,
We hit the fish. We threw our marker right here.
and we were going to the right. Our
Our
pass was
trolling
from the...
pass, we were coming out of the channel this way. This was our trolling pass. Right
Okay.
across those rocks. That was our trolling pass.
Okay.
And we got that fish either on the hump or further down. We're not really quite sure, but we threw our marker right here as soon as we hit the fish.
Right.
And we casted both the hump and the end of this little rock pile right here.
And there was a little finger that came
A
out
little
there,
finger,
you
the
show.
rocks ran down and came out into a little finger.
Okay.
This is where the feeder creek merges in with the main channel, and then it goes off, and we didn't follow the main channel any further.
Now, what would
This
you...
is the bar.
Where would you say the migration of the fish are from and to?
They're gonna come up right here. They're gonna come up right here where this hump is.
Okay.
From
They're
the
gonna
channel.
come right out of the channel.
Right out of the
They're gonna
channel.
Come right out of the channel.
Okay.
There's 44 feet right here.
Oh, okay.
44 feet right there.
So probably
This
from the
little hump is
creek.
about 7 feet on top, and by the look of the water, it's gonna be deeper on top pretty soon because the water's gonna come up another couple of feet. And this is that marker. Remember the marker? And our little hump was this side. They meant to put the marker on the hump, but they missed it.
So they're coming in out of the creek channel because it's a little sharper break there,
Or from this
or from the main
here.
channel.
And they're coming up and they're hitting this hump.
Okay. Yeah, we hadn't really determined where
No,
they
we
came
don't
out,
really
did we,
know
at that
yet.
point?
We anchored up here and we made our cast both directions, if you remember.
Right.
Okay? We covered this whole area casting, toward the creek, out into the channel. We were getting about 30 feet out there. We were reaching at least 30, 35 feet.
Right.
And you had a 40 count on
I had about
one.
a 40 count on one
Yeah, so we were hitting
jump.
35, 40 feet. We got
Man.
the fish on a 200,
It's about a 3.5 pound fish, I think.
10
wasn't it?
feet, yeah. 10 feet.
200 at 10 feet.
Yeah, this is shoreline here, boys.
Okay, very good. Yeah, that
As long as
really...
they know this is a rough sketch, you know.
Yeah, this is just a rough sketch of what we learned just from making a few trolling passes, or
Yes, it
several.
is. Well, we mapped it first, if you
We
remember
mapped
the
it.
day before.
Right.
Remember the day before we were here, we mapped it, we worked it, we caught a pretty nice sized white bass, about 1.5 pounds or so.
Mm-hmm.
And then we checked it. We didn't cast it because we didn't catch a largemouth there,
Right.
okay? And we wanted to get around and do most of our mapping that particular day, in which we did.
Mm-hmm.
That was on Monday.
That was on Monday. Right.
We returned to the spot on Wednesday and took a nice bass there. So we know for sure the bass are using that spot. We should
Okay.
also mention that this is one of Mr. Perry's spots.
Mr. Perry, tell me about that spot.
Well, I think it was in 1929 or 28, I found it.
If you caught any fish off it.
I wouldn't have told him about it if I hadn't caught it.
Yeah, right.
No, it's produced for me for years and years.
Some pretty nice catches.
Yeah. In the original in 1928, the first year, the second year, the water was still pretty muddy. I said muddy, not dark. It was still muddy. And but by the third year, it was still pretty muddy. But the bass were running 3 to 3.5 pounds. I got some 4-pounders. I'm not just telling you 1 or 2. All I wanted to pull in. But it was nice watercolor, and we were fishing, and nobody knew there was any fish in there, and of course it was too muddy for them. But I don't like for the word used muddy. I want to see visibility. It's about that deep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's south and west of it.
Yeah.
This is the Lakeside Marina.
Yeah.
Then there's a point in that bay, and we found 38 feet of water in that bay.
This is
By the island, like, you know, that island. Here's the launch ramp back here,
yeah,
okay?
yeah.
This is what, just looking at it quick, you know, without really putting markers all over it. This is what we found, 2 distinct humps over here.
That's true.
One at 8 foot there, and one in closer at 6 foot.
Yeah.
Okay? And out here, I didn't draw it, but it's almost the same thing out here.
Just about.
It's just about the same type of hump right here with this, okay? And we got 2 fish here on a 250. Jackie caught her 2 fish on this pass, hitting this hump right there. We didn't take any fish on this one yet, maybe because it's early in the year.
I think we
Okay.
could be.
They were coming up right here on this one. This is where they were. So we were able to anchor the boat right here. We had a good rifle sight over here. And even in the wind, we could anchor there. We finally get enough rope on it, and we were making our cast just as you see. We were actually anchored in the saddle between these 2, and we made our casts over there. And they were coming up on that little one, but as I said to Chase, this is where we're going to find them later on.
I think so too.
And the bigger ones. We didn't hit them 5-pounders yet.
They're out
You know,
there.
they're going to be here. They just haven't come up yet.
No,
they're
it's
the last.
I say you're about 2 weeks already at least.
I'll bet you we catch a fish over 6 pounds off of one in this area
Oh,
right here.
sure.
I bet we get a
I
big
think
one.
you get some 8-pounders. Yeah.
I'll be the happiest guy in
Oh,
the
if I caught a lot of 8-pounders out of that rascal.
You have caught a lot of 8-pounders right off of there?
Man, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I'd hate to see how many 8-pounders out of Rhodhius.
Okay.
And they don't know where those are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pretty hard.
Yeah. That's a big fish.
Then 13, I caught a 13-pounder before a Columbia picture making pictures on a 13-pounder.
Okay.
And then I caught another 13-pounder, and I'm sure there must have had some on sometime. That's probably the picker. I'm looking for a 15-pounder. And I could have gotten him in Kissimmee if that guys hadn't messed it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you can't tell, because there's a mountain lake up here that I fish, and there's a lot of fish in there, 14 pounds. The state record out there is 17 pounds or something.
Wow. Boy.
And that's a little lake I know.
Go ahead.
You can get that, can't you?
Yeah, I can
Hold
get
it like
that.
that?
Sure.
Or is it better
Shows
if
you
I lay
how
it down?
I marked the whole lake.
That's fine right there,
That's Buck's map of the lake.
of Lake Hickory.
Lake Hickory. It's a general map to show you the areas where he found the fish, and he tells you what's there. Bar, break line, hump. And remember, okay, everything that he says is there. Hump, bar, we found all that. Here's this circle right here by the 127 bridge.
Yeah.
That's this area
The first,
right here.
the first one that we did over here.
Right.
Okay, that's that structure. Okay.
This circle right here is where we took another nice bass, 3.5 to 4 pounds right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And that's this other one here that we drew?
Exactly. And the spot above the bridge, bar break line on the tape, Buck's been into a school up there. That's the bar we mapped, and we fished it pretty hard. We weren't there when the fish were there on that one.
Did you take a look at that one, that little hickey right there?
On this side.
I've been
This
in.
side.
Yeah, this is to the east. This is to, well, that's north. See,
Okay.
and so this would be east here, and up here you was on the west side of the
Mhm.
highway. Here's the highway right here,
Yeah.
and so you're going down the lake this way towards the dam
Towards
right
the dam.
here. But that little, I had this Blake Honeycutt. You've heard of him?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He worked for me, or he didn't work for me. He was in the Hickory, and he went fishing, and I'd look after him. I'd take care of him, and I remember Bud and he and I was anchored right there on that little hickey right there,
Mm-hmm.
and we had three coming. Big ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw him bait the other day. He said, boy, wasn't they there. And you know, he caught the biggest string of fish of Scott's crab still. You know, the most poundage on one trip. And in La Fala, I think it was La Fala. The things we got to find, I think there's a boat dock, you know.
That's Bethlehem. Yeah.
Yeah, Bethlehem. Now, I think there's a bar right here that the preacher found.
Right.
It's kind of, that bar is very like this, where you know there's no question about them used that. And of course, I know all those places produced for me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, where I have it marked.
Mm-hmm.
And the first fish I caught on a spoon plug was right there, right there. I was testing to see whether it'd take it and whether I had it right. And boy, I got that copper. I said, I got it. I had my speeds, you know, and everything.
Yeah.
I was checking speeds. And when I had the speed right, there's the first one. But that's where I had one made out of by hand. And I'd already figured in testing it in just in the water that I was right close. So I said, no, I'll go fishing. I think I was messing around out here. The boat dock was right there. So I just ran up to the gunpowder. And gunpowder. And I come up through here and I saw I had caught some fish here. So I came right there, made a cast, bingo, I had it.
This is the river channel, and this is how it swings in, and then it takes off and goes out into the lake. We didn't follow it all the way around the lake, but the channel makes a swing in here, and in this turn, it washes out all that dirt and everything and keeps it clean, and that's what gives us those sharp breaks into the deep water. With the river channel, that constant current, it was the old creek channel, the old river, before they flooded this place. I was cut out these grooves. This is the old shoreline here. Yeah, this is the old shoreline here, you know, and it kept it nice and clean and hard and rocky.
Below the bridge is steep. I run in cold weather too.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they got some piers in there that got in the way now.
It's pretty tough to get in and out of there. Yeah, it's hard.
Hi, Kaywood.